Recreational Marijuana Containers and Product Safety Program. State Training Program for Marijuana Containers and Packaging Practices. Navigating the standards of recreational marijuana containers and their labeling, packaging, and product safety can be difficult and frustrating. While many of the regulations seemingly read the same, each one is in fact different and unique to the various dispensaries involved in using marijuana containers and a required labeling process. To complicate practical comprehension of this process, even more is the emerging cottage industry for manufacturers of marijuana containers, various social media platforms, and perpetuated misinformation by cannabis professionals who have not done their due diligence when it comes to compliance education. Day by day and state by state, the cannabis industry is progressively changing the politics of how marijuana containers are used and regulated. From the cultivation and refining process to the point of sale practices, marijuana businesses are responsible for adhering to state rules and ensuring marijuana product safety within their communities. The importance of marijuana containers. Young children, beloved pets, and those with hypersensitivities or potential allergies to marijuana have the right to be effectively protected from adverse health events related to accidental marijuana consumption or exposure. To this end, how marijuana and its related products are packaged and labeled are integral not only to the public's well-being, but also any cannabis company's professional image. Owners and operators and employees of marijuana cultivation facilities, marijuana products, manufacturing companies, and recreational marijuana stores all take on the responsibility of comprehensive education and consumer awareness. Through proactive investigation and conscious implementation, cannabis businesses are able to invest with confidence, operate with profitability, and remain committed to providing their customers with high-quality products without compromising on safety. Understanding the language of the law and creating compliance transparency with state marijuana enforcement agencies promotes an open dialogue between cannabis business owners, regulators, and perhaps most importantly, the public at large. Marijuana containers, labeling preferences, and product security measures concern all those participating in the cannabis industry, and it is through dynamic education and training that success is established. Without a strong knowledge base to build upon, the goals of these individuals and groups generally do not come to fruition, leaving business doors closed and customers searching for new cash registers to deposit their dollars. Here are some typical issues. Who can cut through the red tape? What information outlets are credible? Where does marijuana policy come from? When should product research and development begin? Why is packaging and labeling important? How do businesses instill best practices? Whether you are an individual or a group, the approach taken in acclimating successfully to a new industry such as the marijuana market remains the same. Through education comes empowerment, and from empowerment comes earning potential. Cost and choices for marijuana containers. Packaging, labeling, and product safety measures cost money and come with choices. Making an informed decision on how money is spent up to the marijuana business, and as in all other commercial industries, when it comes to non-compliance, ignorance is not an excuse. Enforcement agencies do not, and for the foreseeable future, will not endorse a specific package or container. This strategy ensures that the state regulatory boards remain in control of the cannabis industry, with the power to discern and discriminate against marijuana container practices deemed insufficient. To counter this absolute power, marijuana businesses should focus on educating, training, and internal quality assurance to not only meet the legal threshold, but to exceed it. The future for the cannabis industry rulemakers, entrepreneurs, patients, and customers is one of continual evaluation, careful revision, and concise execution. Colorado's laws and enforcement practices are under the microscope both locally and nationally, not just for efficacy, but for guidance as well. With more and more ballot initiatives and public opinion polls showing support for medical and recreational marijuana, investors, owners and operators, and employees and industrial professionals need to practice prudence and in-depth analysis when it comes to one of the strictest facets of retail cannabis operations. The packaging, labeling, and product safety of marijuana containers and its derivatives is a top priority across the country, from House legislators to company boardrooms to consumer couches. Colorado may have been the first state to pass sensible marijuana containers reform, but it certainly will not be the last. The resources available for your success are abundant, but it is ultimately up to you to search them out. And landing at Green Culture is a great start. Let us know what you think.